And when you date out here, just prepare yourself and have discernment. What's up, it's your girl Salasia, aka Say Say, and I'm in a mother loving building. Welcome back to my channel, you guys. Today's video is gonna be dating in Houston. Ciao, we finna get into some things, but before we do, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click that notification button so you know when I post a new video, and don't forget to follow me on all of my social medias at Salasia or Salasia T. All right, we finna get into it. So first, I'm gonna start off with the men. I'm gonna tell you guys the type of men that are out here in Houston and what they on. Dating in Houston, you're gonna see a lot of men that love to flex. They're gonna be flexing their money, they're gonna be flexing their chains, they're gonna be flexing their grills. There's a lot of men that are big flexers here. They like to show off what they have and how much money they make. Most of the men out here are gentlemen. Like, most of the men I met were gentlemen to me. So I don't know if that's like a southern thing, southern hospitality, like, so most of the men are gentlemen. You're gonna run into a lot of broke men, and you're gonna run into a lot of fake flexers and a lot of fake rich men that flex and act like they got a lot of money. You know, they him and all that good stuff, but they're really broke and they don't got no job or money. There's a lot of them out here, so be careful about those type of men. I'm gonna get more into this a little later, but most of the men out here want to hook up. So for the ladies that want a relationship, just be mindful of that. You're gonna get a lot of men that just want to sleep with you, and it is what it is. I'm gonna be real, there's a lot of tricks out here. Like, there's a lot of men that are gonna spend that check. So that's another thing too. There's a lot of men that, you know, are okay with spending money on you. It's nothing to spend money. There's a lot of drug dealers, there's scammers, there's trainers, jewelers, athletes. But like the athletes, most of them are like in leagues, and a lot of YouTubers. So that's most of the men. You can find men that have like good paying jobs, like regular dudes, but those are gonna be the main type of men you will meet out here, I promise you. Another thing, the men out here, they be trying to invite you to the club thinking that's a date. You're gonna hear a lot of men, hey, I got the section, like, come to this section, or I'm at this club, pull up on me, and they be thinking that's a date. Like, no. So when I was dating, obviously I'm not from Houston, so I tell them I'm from Seattle. A lot of men would complain about the women in Houston. I don't know why, but I don't know if I'm the only one that was experiencing that type of stuff, but they would complain about them. But we finna get into why and what they're complaining about a little later. Most of the men you meet out here will court you. Like, that's not an issue, but on the other side, a lot of men won't. So just be mindful of that, and, you know, pick the dudes that are willing to court you and take you out and treat you right, because it's like 50-50. Like, most of the men I met were okay with courting me, and some were just broke and didn't have no money. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna talk about the women out here, just so you guys can get a clear idea of how the women are and how they date. I'm only going off of what the men tell me, and kind of what I see, like, you know, in Houston. So I'm gonna let you know right now, if you come to Houston, the women out here look good. Like, all the women look fine as fuck. All the women look beautiful, and they're always dolled up. They always got their hair done, their nails done. They always got their makeup done. Like, so if you come in here thinking you a 10, one thing about me, I was a 10 back at home, and I'm still a 10 out here. I don't care what nobody says, I still look good. But if you think you're a 10 back at home, you might be a 7 or 8, you know, out here. But at the end of the day, I say just move with confidence. And if you a bad bitch, you a bad bitch. Because baby, I was a 10 back home, and I'm still a 10 here. Fuck you mean. Another thing is, a lot of the women are thick. Like, a lot of the women are thick out here. They got body, and a lot of the women out here have BBLs as well. So just know the women out here, everything big in Texas, like, that is so true, and all the women are thick. I mean, there are, if you're still a skinny petite girl, like, it don't matter. Like I said, be confident. There's a lot of men out here, a lot of men like different things, but I'm just saying, like, the women out here are thick. Like, they got body. Again, I'm only telling you so when you get out here, you know how to, like, date and stuff, just off of the women that are already, you know, expecting these things from these men in Houston. I heard a lot of the women are looking for tricks, so you might get men that complain about the women out here always looking for a trick. I also heard they're always looking for a man to take care of them. But I feel like the wrong man is going to complain about that, because if you got it and we're on the same page, what's the issue, you know? And I also heard the woman be choosing up. So whoever the highest the better is, whoever doing the most about them, that's who they choosing. And I feel like any woman should be that way. I don't know why they was complaining to me, because baby, I like to spend that cash, and I'm picking the highest better, who's going to treat me right, who's going to do the most about me, and if we're on the same page of what we want in life and in a person or a relationship, or if we're just on the same page, period. So yeah, Houston is huge, so everyone always has a whole bunch of options. So just be mindful of that, because people be ready to go on to the next person. Like, people here do not sit around and wait. They will be on to the next person in a millisecond. So when you're coming in here and you're dating, have your options. It's definitely quality over quantity. There's a lot of men out here, but they're not always the best quality. Like, you could be dating 5 dudes and only really kind of like one, because you're gonna deal with a lot of BS, and we're gonna get into that. So again, there's a lot of options, and everyone looks good. So when you're coming in here and you're dating, don't come in sad girl, don't come in really like looking for love. Just come in and date. Obviously have your boundaries and have the things you're looking for in dating, but don't be all in love with the first person you meet, because these people be ready to go on to the next person, women and men. I don't know if it was my experience, but I feel like it's just men out here, they're impatient. Men are impatient. They take you out on one date and they're already asking for the kitty cat. Like, they don't waste no time. So don't come in thinking you're gonna go on a million dates without a dude pressing you about that. So sorry if I'm blunt, but that's just how I am. I'm just giving y'all the raw and uncut. Like, that's just what it is. They're very impatient. They'll take you out on one date, and if you're not giving up, they're moving on to the next thing. They do not waste any time. Okay? And I don't know, like, I think the men are super hypersexual. Like, the hookup culture out here is literally insane. That's all people think about. That's all people do, is just sleep with each other and hook up. So don't think you're coming in here and thinking they're not going to be asking for it, because they will. They're going to ask to sleep with you. They're going to ask to hook up with you, especially if you're a really pretty girl and you look good and you have that sex appeal. They're going to want it. I promise you, on everything. They're going to want it. If you're pretty and you're just grocery shopping, or you're going to get looks, you're going to get men that are going to open up the door for you. They're going to get men. I'm short too, so when I go to the grocery store and I can't reach something, there's always going to be a man that's going to grab something for me, open the door for me, pay your gas, you know what I'm saying? Do a little stuff. You'll get that a lot when you go out. Like, some of these men aren't afraid to spend money. You gotta find them though, because not every dude is like that. You're gonna probably run into more. It depends on what you're coming out here for. If you're coming out here and you're trying to get into the nightlife, you're trying to network and stuff, you're gonna find a lot of men that are tricks, that don't mind spending money on you. But be careful. I had a dude that sent me a DM. Once I moved out here, I feel like more people started knowing that I lived out here. They were messaging me, following me and stuff. One dude messaged me, was like, I'm trying to trick on you. Obviously, I didn't respond. I didn't say anything. His page was private, right? So he was liking my photos or whatever, and I looked on his page again and it wasn't private. So I'm looking through the highlights. Why is this man recording every female that comes to his crib? He was recording them going up the stairs to his like room. He was recording them like in thongs and shit. And no, and he was like exposing these girls on his Instagram highlight story. I'm like, oh baby, no. It was never gonna be me. I was never gonna be an option. But I'm just saying, like, just be careful about some of these tricks out here, because they be grimy. Again, the men out here do not waste their time. So don't be in your feelings if you went out on a date and he loved to bomb you, and out of nowhere he's on to the next female because you didn't give it up. And a lot of them will ghost you too. So don't be in your feelings if they ghost you. That's what people do out here. They be ghosting people and they be moving on to the next option. Do not be surprised. Just take it for what it is. Enjoy your dates, and hopefully you can find what you're looking for. If it is a hookup, a situationship, or a relationship, but do not be in your feelings. Do not take these men seriously out here. Please don't. Again, you're gonna see a lot of fake flexers, men that flex out they got money and they don't have money. So don't be trying to give every dude that act like he got money or flex money in front of you the time of day, because most of them are broke and they really don't got money. The STD rates are crazy out here. So ladies, please, please, please be careful, because these men and women are ruthless out here. They don't care. They gonna get it how they live. They don't give a fuck. So please, if you decide to do your little 1-2 out here, we all grown, you know what I'm saying? Please ask for test results, ask for their my chart, and if they act funny, they gotta go. Again, I can't stress this enough. Men are super hypersexual here. Like, it's literally insane. Like, it's actually really disgusting how hypersexual these men are. Like, that's all you think about, that's all you want. Like, so I'm just warning you. I keep on bringing this up because that's just what it is. Don't be surprised. Men are hypersexual out here, and that's pretty much all they want. They want it. So be mindful, because I think that's really scary, and that's creepy. Because why are you so hypersexual? Like, clearly you got something. Like, I don't know. But yeah, for the ladies, if you're coming in and you're dating, date multiple men. Date them all. Date them all. Have your options. I was the type of female that was like, oh, I only want to date one guy. I only want to focus on one guy. Or I really don't want to deal with a whole bunch of men. I don't even really like men for real. And I just feel like men are idiots and they're all annoying. So why would I want to deal with 5 of y'all or 3 of y'all? Because you guys are already annoying to me. But if you're looking to date and you're looking to find what you need to find, like I said, there's a lot of people out here. It's gonna be hard just to focus on one person. When that don't work out, then try to find, just date them all. Enjoy the dates, date them all. Another advice, just be careful when you go out on dates, because you don't know these men. You could pull up to the date and he ain't got his wallet. You could pull up to the date. A lot of men out here too in Houston, they like to test you. Because I guess the women out here are looking for tricks and are looking for niggas with money. So a lot of men will try and test you to see if you're only using them for their money. So they might do little like tests. I had one dude, we were on the phone and he was just going back and forth with me about like paying for dates and stuff like that. And then like, this was like the day before we were supposed to go out on a date. He was like, are you still fucking with me? I was like, I mean, we already plan on going on a date. I'm still willing to get to know you. Then he turned around and sent me money to pay for my nails. Then he was saying, you know, I was just fucking with you. Like, you know, just trying to see. And I was just like, nigga, what? Do not test me. If you test me, you're out of here. Like, I don't have time for them games. And then one dude was mad when we stopped talking. Then he was like, oh, I knew you was just a user and you was trying to use me for my money. How? When I never asked you for anything. Like, what? So be careful. The men are weird out here. They're gonna try and play little mind games with you to see if you're using them for their money. But I don't get it, because most of the men that do that be big flexers, and they leave with their money and they flex their money. So how you mad and you trying to test me to see if I'm trying to use you for your money, but you leave with your money and you flex with your money? That makes no sense. Again too, just be careful, because sex trafficking out here is big too. So just be careful. Like, when you're moving around and you're going on dates with these men, just be careful. Another thing is poly relationships out here. A lot of people are in poly relationships. So you might be out and a girl might come to you saying, oh, I think you're really, really pretty. Like, you know, do you want to, like, you know, see what's up with me and my boyfriend? And you be like, huh? Or vice versa. The man might come up to you and be like, oh, I think you're cute, whatever. Can I get your number? You know, so I didn't want to let you know, me and my girlfriend are looking for someone. We're looking for a third. That happens a lot out here. So be careful about that. I don't know about you, but I like mine to myself. I do not share. I don't do no poly or none of that. But it's really big out here. And honestly, my worst dating experiences has been in Houston. Back at home, I really wasn't dating. I wasn't really dating that much. I obviously was dating here and there. So I don't know. Dating back home, men are trash. There's not even a lot of black men back at home. But out here, I've had the worst dating experience. Like, it's not what I thought it was going to be. Like, you have to have patience dating out here, because these men are not it. I'm talking about the ladies that are planning on moving in Houston. If you think you finna come out here and find you a nigga that's gonna take you out on all these dates and spoil you and just show you around, you just gonna have the best time, it's most likely not gonna happen that way. Not saying it won't, but I'm saying you're gonna have to go through like a lot of dudes to finally get that one dude that, you know, is gonna show you around and show you a good time. I honestly thought I was gonna get that experience when I got out here, and I didn't. I feel like eventually I could have found someone, but I was just so exhausted and over these men, I just stopped dating, to be honest, because I'm just not about to keep on going through the same type of men. I'm not about to keep on going through like about, what, 50 of y'all before I get to the one I feel like, you know, we're on the same page. I just quit, y'all. I took a break from dating. I'm good. And I'm talking about the dating apps too. Like the dating apps, one thing about the dating apps too, like, I don't know if it was just me. I don't know if people thought I was a catfish, but like eventually when people, it wasn't everyone, but when a dude would finally get my number, he would automatically want to FaceTime me. I don't know if that's just a thing like in Houston, but back home, men weren't like that. Like they weren't trying to rush to FaceTime you to see if you're like real or to see if you look cute. But a lot of men would do that. They would get my number and they would immediately FaceTime me. And I'm like, hi, like, you gotta schedule an appointment to FaceTime me, babe. You can't just be FaceTiming me any given time of the day. I don't know if that's just my experience, but yeah. And when you date out here, just prepare yourself and have discernment. You're gonna deal with a lot of weird men out here. You're gonna deal with a lot of BS. You're gonna deal with, like I said, the broke men, the men that want to trick on you, the men that have money, the men that just want to hook up with you. Possibly might find a good man out here, or a man that has a girlfriend that's into poly. You're gonna find a whole bunch of BS. So please prepare yourself before you start dating out here, because it's some shit. And I feel like you either gonna find a broke man out here that's broke, or you're gonna find a man that has money. I feel like I was kind of like in between, and then I just kind of stopped dating. But you would think when you move out here and you tell these men that are from Houston that you just moved out here, you're trying to explore, you would think they would take you to all of the different food places, you know, the activities, and you gonna run into a nigga that's gonna try and take you to the Cheesecake Factory or Chili's. Like, because most of the men that are from Houston, they feel like some of those spots are like TikTok food places and they don't really care to go, and they're not gonna want to take you to those places. They're gonna be like, what, like, let's just go here. Like, so just be mindful of that. Like, some men are like that. They'll look at you like you're crazy and be like, no. And some men, on the other hand, like going to those places. They love going to Camp, Nomad, what is it called, Cap and Kirby, all those places, Taste, all those places. Some, you know, all the places everyone goes to in Houston. Some men are gonna be like, yeah, let's go to brunch. And some men are gonna be like, nah, I don't really go to those places. So you're gonna see both sides. And I can't stress this enough. If you deal with a man out here that has money, he's going to want sex from you. That's just what it is out here. He's not gonna sugarcoat it. He will. And the men out here, they show their true colors. They're gonna show their true self. They don't waste no time. And I kind of like that, because then I can decide if I want to deal with you or not. But if you deal with a man that has money, be ready to give it up. If you're not willing to give it up, you know what I'm saying, move on to the next one and keep on moving on to the next one until you find your man. I feel like you can find one. I feel like I can find my man out here, but not right now. I'm taking a break. If you're looking for a relationship, don't think you're gonna find it in the clubs, in the lounges. You're not gonna find it. You're, like I said, you're gonna find the drug dealers, the scammers, the athletes. You're gonna find all those type of men, the YouTubers. So they're never looking for a relationship. They're never looking for love. They're only looking for hookups. So don't think you're gonna find love in the nightlife. I would say if you're trying to look for a good quality man, I would say go to the gym, go to the grocery store, go to CHIT, go to Lowe's or Home Depot. I don't know. Go to networking events. Go to church. Don't just, you know, purposely just go to church just to look for men, but I feel like those are good places where I feel like you can find good quality men, decent men. So yeah, so those were the ins and outs of dating in Houston. I was going off of my experiences and things I've noticed. So I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click that notification button so you know when I post a new video. See you guys later.